Let's see here. Hello, everybody. I'm just trying to fix something real quick. There we go. I can get that to shut off. There we go. How's everybody doing? I grabbed the wrong mount, so hopefully this is okay. Thought I'd jump on here and say hello to everybody. Late night last night. Everybody checked out the Paranormal Files collaboration. I'm thinking we'll put our episode out Friday night. Just not quite sure yet. Because as you guys know, we typically only do 3 episodes a month. So we'll see. What I had to do is upload that Rolf home that I was talking about the other day. Was that yesterday or the day before? Upload that to YouTube, and it goes through all their checks, and because I knew it probably had some copyright music in it, because back then this episode's like 10 years earlier, and we weren't making any money off of YouTube, so we didn't really worry about all that stuff. So what I do is I upload it to YouTube. They tell me what sections to cut out. I cut those sections out and then re-upload it, and then you can monetize it. So in the process of doing that, so I'm going to get that done as soon as I get Kenzie out of school, and then I'll get that episode up. Duke, sit down. Good boy. Need to start bringing. I bought Duke. Well, my daughter actually bought her dog and Duke a thing for seatbelts. It's literally like just a shorter leash that hooks up to the seatbelt. So I don't know how safe that is. Probably safer than Duke just walking around the car. I don't know if I could get a seatbelt on you, Duke, if you would sit in a seatbelt. We'll try that. So yeah, I'm going to get that re-uploaded, and then I'll put that out to you guys. And then I'm like almost probably 97-98% done with the Mansfield Reformatory episode. It's a longer episode. I think it's like an hour and 20 minutes maybe. So once I get that done, then I've got a few family hauntings I need to work on. And then get the family hauntings wrapped up. And then, what else have we got, Duke? Bobby Mackey's. Oh, there's some doggies. Say hi, doggies. So you haven't lived life until you've had Duke smack you in the face with his tail a couple times. That's when you know you're living. And then we've got another family haunting this weekend. And then hopefully next weekend we can head down to Tennessee. That's the plan. You just never know if a family contacts you between now and then with an emergency, and we tend to drop everything and focus on the families. So what did you guys think about last night's episode with Paranormal Files? I was curious how it was going to work out, because like I said, like Colin said in the video, we'd talked multiple times over the years, and It's just their schedule and our schedule. They were always in one different part of the country than we were in, and it just so happened they were in our area filming several episodes. So definitely two different styles of investigating, which I think that's a good thing to show is, no matter how you investigate, there's really no wrong or right way to investigate. Obviously, you want to be respectful and all that stuff, but, everybody investigates differently. We've investigated with teams over the years. And we do use a lot of equipment with our investigations as far as alarms and stuff. It's just we're not always, I think our equipment's always like spread out throughout the house. So we're never like sitting in a room with, 4 or 5 REM pods and a bunch of other equipment. I think it went really good. Plus the filming in like complete darkness, which is how we always do it. Because I don't know, we've always gotten like we're spirits. It seems like the spirits don't like the lights. So we've always done complete darkness. Plus all your other senses are heightened, especially like sound when you're in the dark. So that's just how we prefer it. Right, Dookie? But your face is a mess today. You got a messy face today. Duke is extra sleepy today. How are you, buddy? So yeah, I thought it went pretty good. If you guys haven't seen it yet, you can swing over to his channel and watch it. I feel like we may put our episode out next Friday night. I don't know if we'll do it this Friday. You guys just drop a comment. Do you want that this Friday? Because really, if I put that Rolf investigation out today or early tomorrow, then we may hold off on the... But you'll see, like with our episode, we didn't do any of the walkthrough, any interviews or anything like that. Our episode just goes straight into the investigation. So if you want to hear more of the history and see the interviews, go watch Paranormal Files episode. If you want to see straight up investigating, wait till we drop ours because it goes straight into the investigation. That'll be a good thumbnail. Good job. Good job. You're getting good at this thumbnail thing. Before, like, you always sucked at thumbnails, but now you're getting really good at them. You know what I'm saying? Huh? You get nervous when I touch you when you're sitting in your seat? Hopefully everybody's having a good week. I feel like today's Tuesday. Is that right? Today's Tuesday. Duke, you want to... Yeah, it went from being in the mid to high 70s to the 20s and 30s. I think tomorrow's like a high of 40 something. So it's going to be cold in Ohio. Huh? All you do is want to kiss today. You're a kisser today, huh? Yeah, you are. You're a big kisser today. I've been editing like crazy the last couple days, so Duke hasn't gotten a whole lot of attention. What was that? Thank you so much, Auburn, for the donation. Appreciate that. So yeah, that's the plan. Go up, work with this family this weekend up in Wisconsin, and then hopefully next weekend be down in Tennessee. Try to read some of your guys's. Oh, Tucker's doing good. He was really sick Sunday. I got back from Tennessee Sunday morning. I left Tennessee at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I think I got back between 10 and 11. And Tucker was super sick, wouldn't get out of his cage and eat. And you know, when Tucker doesn't eat, he's sick because he loves to eat. So we gave him some allergy medicine, cleaned his ears real good. His one eye was like kind of closed shut, so we cleaned it good. And then I just took his food to him while he was laying there, and he ate twice Sunday. And our plan was to call the vet and get him into the vet Sunday or Monday morning, but he woke up and was his normal self Monday morning, so he must have just been sick and got over it. So he's back to his normal self, strolling around the house, eating his food, getting into the trash cans when I leave. So I don't know if he just got into a trash can and ate something he shouldn't have, or I don't know. Maybe he had some type of ear infection or something. But Tucker is good. People from Austin, Texas. How old is Duke? Duke is, I believe, just over 2, maybe going on 3. Rocky's elbow. I think they're trying to decide if they want to do surgery or not. For what he told me, it's like there's a tendon that runs from your thumb up to your elbow, and somehow he ripped that and it's barely hanging on. So they wanted to do surgery before that tendon completely broke in half. So I believe right now he's doing rehab, but I don't know how you can rehab something like that without having surgery. So yeah, he's waiting to hear back from the surgeon and what they're going to do. What kind of car is this? This is a minivan. Minivan chic. I had a big truck before this, but it was just, gas was just so high at the point, and I felt like it was always breaking down, and I was constantly putting money in it, and plus a truck, it just wasn't practical for what we do, always on the road and all the equipment. So we decided to go with minivans. I think I might have missed something here. Darlene, thank you so much for the donation. Love you all by yourself and Duke. A treat. Thank you so much, Darlene. Yeah, I do like the Dodge Journey. I think when I was looking to buy a car, that's when they first came out, and a little out of my price range, so. Thank you guys all for the prayers for Rocky. Elbow surgery isn't too bad. My funny bone, nerve pinched. I feel like any surgery is bad. I wouldn't like to have any surgery. I'm trying to read some of your guys' question. Kimmy, hey Josh, why are all the portals to hell only in America? Asking for a friend. I don't think they are. I've seen other investigations and stuff that, you know, I was just watching one. I think it was Destination. What's the show with Josh Gates? Destination. Unknown or something like that, where they went to that forest. I don't know if you guys remember, like maybe 10 or 12 years ago, they went to that forest before, and that's where one of their cameramen was like ripped out of the scene and had all those scratches and stuff. And then this newest season, they went back there. I think that's supposed to be like one of the strongest portals. So I'm sure if you Google, watch stuff on YouTube, there's all kinds of stuff like that on the internet from different countries. I just feel like the paranormal is like a bigger thing here in the United States. But definitely a lot of investigators all over the world that do investigating. And we get contacted by families from all over the world as well, which would be pretty cool to go do once I get my passport. Let's see, we've got more questions. The Black Forest is what it's called, yep. I feel like that's in like Romania or something. Yeah, we're going to try to do some live streaming. We typically don't do a whole lot of live streaming like when we're investigating a family's home, just out of respect for them. Yeah, when we go into, like when we did Mansfield, we did a live stream there. When we did Bobby Mackey's, we did a live stream there. Those places it's easier to go on. And typically with like the family hauntings, you only have so much time because you basically kick the family out of their house and their pets out of their house, and you don't want to keep them out all night long. So we typically, with those, we're more focused on getting them answers and getting them help. Let's see, we got another question here. KY, do you guys ever have to cleanse your own homes due to something? Occasionally we do. We were fortunate this time. The first time we went to Bobby Mackey's, we had a lot of strange shit happen. But fortunately this time it seems like nothing really bad happened. I do not keep salt water in a bowl at my house. Yeah, that's the key, is we're going to try to go down and work on the Sebastian Rogers case. I'll probably work on some of that tomorrow as far as like reaching out to the family and setting up interviews and all that. Because we're finally just now getting caught up on the family hauntings. So we can start working on that stuff. Yeah, with Bobby Mackey's, that was the one place, like, because when we were there 5 years ago, like I said, we weren't there investigating. We were just there because it was tied to a family haunting that we were working on. So we basically just did an interview with the lady at Bobby Mackey's and did a, short tour around Bobby Mackey's, but really didn't investigate. And that's when I was touched up in Carl's apartment. And then Rocky had heard some voices in his ear in the basement. And then he started having experiences at his house. I was having nightmares for like 3 or 4 days. So I was a little bit nervous going into Carl's apartment this time. But I'll tell you, and I don't want to give a whole lot away of the episode because you guys will see it. But so I was nervous going back up to Carl's apartment because I'd had that experience up there. But going up there, I mean, it just felt so peaceful. So that was weird. I don't think we really got much up there this time. Everything was focused in the area where they did the exorcism on Carl, and then obviously down in the basement. So yeah. Would you like to go back? This is from Julie. Would you like to go back to Ashmore Estates? I do like Ashmore Estates. Definitely would like to go back there with all of us as a group and do our normal thing. I think the last time Rocky couldn't make it and Sean ended up being sick, so I was in there by myself, which isn't always fun. But yeah, some locations you just get tired of doing because you've been there so many times. Ashmore's one of those. Randolph County Asylum. So I prefer going to locations we've never been to. But then there are some places that are super active and super fun to go back to multiple times. It's always funny watching people try to back into a parking spot. I feel like nowadays people rely on their backup cameras and don't really focus on the mirrors. Ain't that right, Duke? Let's see here. Just Jules. Colin truly looks up to the Foreman brothers. Yeah. Colin and his dad were really great to work with. Like I said, you never really know how things are going to go because you've never worked with people like that before. So sometimes the dynamics is not always there. And then you have, like, we're so used to being in charge of how we do things and how things go. And then, you know, they're so used to being in charge and how their things go. And so it went well. And plus, you just always learn from watching other people investigate. That's like when Rob came from the UK and did those investigations with us here. You know, he had never investigated before, and we were able to learn a lot from him investigating. It's just how he talked to the spirits, and it wasn't so much like you're interrogating the spirits, wanting answers and trying to get them to set off alarms and stuff. It was more having a conversation, like you were sitting down having a conversation with somebody, and it was more relaxed. So anytime you investigate with somebody else, hopefully you learn what to do, what not to do. So it's always good to be open-minded. Sometimes you can be closed-minded and think, you know, my way is the only way, but we're open to trying anything. They got their bass going, don't they, Dookie? What investigation was the one with Rob? Rob is the Conjuring episode we did. That was a family haunting. That was actually his very first case he went on. So he was a huge skeptic going into it. And then 2 hours after investigating with us, he was a true believer and, like, hooked. And then the Bell Mansion, I think, is the other one that he did with us. I think they're coming back in September. I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, dog? Hit me. Yep, I carry chapstick like all the time. Now this guy is taking a very aggressive way to back up. I hope he turns more. He's going to hit me. Plus, I feel like if you can't back up a big truck, probably shouldn't be driving a big truck. Because now, how is my daughter going to get in the car? So that's awkward, ain't it, Duke? So he parked right next to us, huh? So that wasn't nice, was it? So he's a bad human, huh? Yeah, he is. So yeah, I think Rob and them are coming up in September. So maybe we'll get him back out on investigation. I know you guys really enjoyed him. So actually, like I said, for never investigating before, he did a super good job. That's the good thing is about, you know, when you bring somebody in that's a skeptic, I feel like the way they investigate is a lot different than like somebody that's been investigating for a long time. It's like our main goal was, is always to help the family, get them answers, regardless if we document anything or not. Where, Rob going in as a skeptic, he wanted to have that connection, have that personal experience to witness things firsthand that he's never experienced. So I think sometimes it pays to be more laid back. Right, Duke? I feel like Duke would be a good investigator, wouldn't you? You just walk around kissing the ghost all day. You'd be like, come here, ghost, I want to kiss you. Huh. Yeah. You're very needy today. You're a very needy boy today. Okay, would you ever... Hold on, Duke, I'm trying to read comments. Would you ever consider investigating a lighthouse? Maybe. I feel like a lighthouse would be boring. One, I don't like heights. You have to kind of go high for a lighthouse. But I know that I have seen some people investigate lighthouses that have like a house with like rooms and stuff at the bottom of it. So you don't necessarily have to go to the very top. Because we've been to the lighthouse in Florida. I'm trying to remember what town that was. We investigated the lighthouse, and then we investigated some great big fort. St. Augustine. Yeah, so we did some investigating there. We did the Wax Museum, the fort, went to the lighthouse. We didn't really investigate the lighthouse. We did a tour there. I did not go to the top. I know Sean went to the top. I stayed at the bottom. Tracy, I do not have any updates on Aaliyah's case. Duke, I know the trial is supposed to start at some point. Here's a question. Have you ever noticed in your investigations that hauntings tend to happen on higher levels as opposed to the basements? And if so, do you have a theory? I believe that does happen quite a bit. Like, I guess it just depends on where you're at. Sometimes the basement's more active, sometimes the attic and stuff, which the family haunting we just did a couple weeks ago, that was one of the things that they were experiencing was things running around up in the attic, walking around the attic. And when you go up there, I mean, it's a super nice attic. There's literally nothing up there. It's got wood floors. So, and what was neat about this case is he felt obviously that it was ghost. And then the mother, which she's an elderly woman, but she didn't even believe in like ghosts or anything like that, never had any paranormal experiences until they moved into this house. And when they were moving in, one of the ladies that lives by there, she goes, oh, you don't want to move into that house. She goes, nobody stays in that house. And like I said, she didn't believe in ghosts. She didn't ask a whole lot of questions. And then they started having these experiences. And now she's like a full-fledged believer. And she was actually talking about seeing grays. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. I'm not like super up on like the alien stuff, but that's how she was interpreting things is, could it be these aliens? Could it be ghost? And they basically just wanted answers. So, but whatever she was seeing was like this gray figure that was maybe 5 foot tall. I think that's where she got that from. We do not have any more collaborations planned. We typically, like you guys know, we typically focus on the family hauntings And we just try to keep update with those, because a lot of times you'll get caught up and next thing you know, you'll be a month behind. So we really just don't have a lot of time to get out and work with other teams. So no collaborations planned in the near future. Tracy, no news on that. I was actually talking to a guy, which I need to look at that, because he had messaged us. We were on the road filming a case, and I messaged back and forth with him a few times, because they'd actually moved into a house. I can't remember if it was the same house that they were staying at or like the house next door. And they started having these experiences where they were hearing like a baby crying in the middle of the night and stuff. And it's just these two guys that live there. And they were trying to follow the sound around the house, and they went down in the basement and they found like this little room, and it looked like it had been burned out, like somebody had set a fire in it. And all this weird stuff was happening. I can't remember exactly what was happening, but they wanted us to come investigate the house. So I need to message them and see if there's any updates on that. You can't eat my chapstick, silly. Thank you so much, Shaz VS. Hey Josh, South Africa. Our Pity, Tessa, Sons Duke. Tucker, much respect to you, Sean Rocky. Look forward to having you in South Africa. Get your passport. Yes, we do need to get our passports. What was your favorite place to investigate? Pennhurst was my favorite place to investigate ever since I got into the paranormal field. I remember back many years ago, Ghost Adventures did an episode at Pennhurst. And just the history. That's the one thing I really enjoy, is like the history of some of these places. And Pennhurst just had such a dark and sad history. Pennhurst is like one place that you can't really explain unless you're standing there. The feelings that you feel, just seeing the buildings, the grounds. And we'd worked probably 2 months prior to filming that, going through all the court documents and all the state documents and all that stuff, looking at pictures. And I mean, it's just so horrible just to see the conditions that those people lived in, being chained to chairs, being chained to beds. You know, they had pictures of kids like literally in the hallways eating the drywall because they were so hungry. It's just super sad. At some point, Duke's going to realize he can't eat this. No, Duke, don't do that. Chasing Evil, we're going to be filming pretty soon. He likes this chip. This is mint cocoa. It does smell good, doesn't it? Dogs are like me. The chapstick, sometimes it smells so good you want to eat it. But you know you can't. Let me put a little bit on your lips. Here, give me your lips. Come here. Here, look. I'll put chapstick on your lips. There you go. Now you got chapstick on your lips. You like that? Is that good chapstick? Now when we kiss, we both have moist lips, huh? Yeah, yeah. I think I tried staying up and watching the whole episode last night, but I think at like midnight I fell asleep, so. Let's see here. Let's see if we get more questions here. I don't even know what time it is. Anybody know what time it is? Duke is so handsome. Duke, everybody thinks you're so handsome. Everybody thinks you're so handsome. Kenzie's coming out. Where's Kenzie? I'll let you guys say hi to Kenzie. Where's Kenzie at? If you guys want to say hi to Kenzie, give a thumbs up. See, Duke, isn't this much funner talking to these lovely people than just sitting here being bored, waiting on school to come out? Where's Kenzie at? Say, Kenzie, come out. Yeah, our kids enjoy investigating. I don't think they would ever do this for like a living. I mean, you never know when they get older, but that kid's t-shirt says I pee in pools. Duke pees in pools too, don't you? Yeah, I'll let you guys all say hi to Kenzie. We'll see how her day at school went. I know they're doing testing this week, and then they're doing cheer tryouts. Which cheer tryouts are always like the worst time of the year. Anybody that's ever been through the whole cheer tryout saga. If your kid makes it, it's great. If your kid doesn't make it, then it's the end of the world. She is 15. She turned 16. So we've been working on driving and stuff. So yeah, I'll try to kids running always triggers Duke. He thinks they want to play. Duke, look, Kenzie's coming. Look. Where's Kenzie? Kid's like always the last one out of the freaking school. I remember when I was in school, I always freaking got out so fast. Oh, there's Kenzie. Get in the back. Get in the back.
It's a little windy out here.
Kenzie, say hi. We're live.
Oh, hi.
How was your day at school? Let's turn this a little bit.
I had my biology EOC.
I feel like that's... Let's get this up a little bit. There we go. So you had your biology.
Why does my hair look like that?
I was telling them that you guys are doing testing all week.
Hopefully people don't think we're recording them.
Thank you, lady.
Okay, but you can't go. You'll hit kids.
Oh, I don't want to hit kids.
No, I just said like.
Tell you, this parking lot is so freaking crazy. When you leave.
Those are the track kids.
And the bad thing is, like, the kids are all like cautious, careful drivers. It's the parents that you have to watch out for. Right?
Sure.
Why does that thing go down again? So do you think your testing went good?
I don't know. It's a little hard. I'm just not good at science.
See, I sucked at taking tests. That's my problem. Like, if I wasn't into the subject, I just, like, tuned it out.
I'm better at, like, history and English. I'm not good at, like, math and science.
Yeah. Math and English were two of my worst subjects.
The two most important.
Yeah.
No, I think I did good on my English one, which I took last week. But tomorrow I have my history one.
History's fun.
It's gonna be more fun next year learning about, like, government.
Yeah.
I wonder if I still have to take the EOC for civics. Where are
Next
their
year,
comments?
Kenzie has high school and college. Oh, Duke.
Where are their comments?
I don't know.
Oh.
You could tell them too, Kenzie, that you're a 4.0 student.
I don't think they really care about that.
They care that you got 4.0. You should be proud of it.
Oh, there's the track buses.
It's not easy to achieve a 4.0 when you're in sports and getting ready to start college courses and
Back here. I'm going there next year.
yeah, I don't know why these comments don't ever.
You drive. Oh.
I can run a chat and drive at the same time and drink coffee. So Kenzie's about to get her license. So for a couple weeks, people just stay off the roads and,
I'm not that bad at driving.
you know. Sometimes you can be too careful with driving. Driving, there's a balance. You don't want to be aggressive. You got to be a defensive driver, but not too careful. Because what happens is you'll focus on one thing, and then bam, something will come out of the side and hit you. So you always got to be ready to pivot and focus on everything around you.
But as long as it's not your fault, then you're fine, right?
Well, you don't want to get in an accident.
Well, yeah, but if it's not your fault.
I mean, you can be the most careful driver in the world, and it's called an accident for a reason.
I'm not scared for me. I know that I'm not gonna do something stupid to, like, cause an accident, but I'm just scared of other people.
Like I said, there's two things that you really have to focus on to avoid a bad accident. Is one, don't run stop signs and red lights. And two, never pull out in front of somebody. That's when accidents go really, really bad.
Whoops.
So you can never be careful enough to look both ways.
Do you think that's what happened here?
Right here, we just had a big accident right here Sunday at the stoplight, and I think one of the people just ran the red light and hit the other car.
Someone dropped a can of paint, and then someone drove through.
That accident, they've had a kid ran over.
I think they need to have like someone patrolling over there because kids always get hit.
We've had so many kids hit back at that area. It's just like early in the morning because people are in such a hurry, they don't pay attention for the kids walking across the street.
Yeah, there's that one girl that was in my grade. She was in like a coma.
Okay, everybody, I'm going to go in and finish editing. Kenzie's gonna eat some snacks and probably practice cheer.
Yep.
Is that a plan? Yeah. Duke's gonna lay on the couch and lick his paws. I said paws. So, all right, everybody, I'll get this video posted as soon as I can. Everybody have a good night, and we'll see you at some point this week. Team Nightmare out.